What up, what up, what up, people? How y'all doing out there this Saturday evening, June the 12th, how the year is going by. Appreciate you guys for popping in. If you're going to be with me tonight on this Saturday, I'll be flying solo tonight, just so you guys know. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to keep it loose. We're going to keep it free. If you've been riding with me, you know how we do on Saturdays. This is where we kind of relax. So I'm starting out with water, but I got me some libation over here. So I hope you got yours ready too. My co-host, Tasha McMack, as you guys know, she's off her way on a wedding, but she's prepared me with topics tonight. We're going to have some fun with it. You know how we do. So with that being said, let me start bringing in my guests. I got my main man, Brother Kenny, in the house with me. What's going on, Mr. Kenny?
What's up going on, my brother Lee Black? I
Yes,
got a new nickname for you now. I just
Oh,
started over
man.
today.
Man.
I'm gonna start calling you Harlem.
No, I like it. I like it. I'll take
I'm gonna
it.
start calling you Harlem. That's my new
what's up.
name for you, brother.
That's what's up. I'll take it, my brother. Appreciate you. That's
you.
what's up. I'm already off to a good start because we got Brother Ken. This is the sportsman. He do his show on TFG Media. And then I got Miss Candace from the candy shop. So I got two bona fide professionals in the house with me.
What's going on, family?
Nothing much. I'm excited to be on here.
Thank you, baby. Well, we're always glad to have you. You're looking fantastic. And I love your opinions, especially when it comes to a variety of topics. I'm looking forward to some good things tonight. Absolutely. Thank you for coming on. We got my main man on here, Bert. What's going on, Mr. Bert? How you doing? And his beautiful
up,
fiance.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
What's going on, my brother?
Going good, my brother. I appreciate you guys popping in, spending this little time with me. Look, I know y'all could be doing other things. I appreciate it. So I don't see the fiance in the frame, but hopefully she's pouring you up something good and nice.
Yes, I already got it. She'll be here.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We all ready. So I'm starting with water, but I'm going to build myself up into it. Absolutely. So I'm going to give it about 1 or 2 more minutes, just in case anybody else want to join. I've even posted into the comment section for anybody who might want to come on. I've said this before. We welcome new faces. So don't feel like just because you see some of the regulars that, oh my God, don't be intimidated. This is a fun, loose environment. Your opinion is yours. We welcome it. So if you see the link and you want to come on live, please do so. We'd love to hear your take. Tonight, guys, as you see, we're going to be talking about some hot topics, So I'm going to try to get through as many as I can. And I welcome you guys to throw in there some things that I might have missed. Typically through the week, sometimes I sound off on some of the things that get under my skin. So I decided tonight, I told Tasha, I said, I want a compilation of all that's been going on because I haven't done a hot topics in a while. And there's a lot going on, as you guys know. So I want y'all to bring to the table anything that I missed or knew, and we're going to get it popping. We're going to go from there. So as people come and join late, and here's the thing, rather than just be a talking head, at the end of each topic, I want one simple thing to come out of it, because this is real talk for real men. I want to know, as we discuss these, do you guys think this situation or circumstance, whatever we're talking about, does it make matters better or worse between men and women? That's going to be the underlying theme of it, that whatever we talk about, however we discuss it, do you think it makes things better or worse? Fair?
That's fair. Let's rock.
All right. So we're going to get this thing cracking. I'm in Hotlanta. I got to start right here in the ATL. This is where me and Candace reside. So we see this maybe from a different perspective than people who live outside of here. Let's talk about T.I. and Tiny. let's get it cracking. Now, the latest news, they just purchased a new mansion. You know, $3 million mansion. They're on vacay. They doing it up big. T.I. posted a picture where, you know, they riding on horses and whatnot on the beach. Tiny is like, look, man, you better ask my permission before you post me. What really caught my attention is the caption he put in the picture. He said, all I need in this life of sin. In case you don't know, that's a reference from a Tupac song.
Right.
He went Pac on him. All I need in this life of sin is me and my girlfriend. That joint hit so hard.
Yeah.
What do you guys make of this with all the stuff that's going on with T.I. and Tiny? What do you make of this?
From the outside looking in, like you said, I know you and Candace have a better insight of kind of the pulse of what the people feel about T.I. and Tiny with, you know, the allegations and all that. Personally, you know, my thing is, hey, you still got to live your life. I ain't mad at them. You know, you buy your house, ride your horses. You know, do what it do. You know, my thing eventually, you're gonna have to face these allegations. Now, again, I don't know who to believe. It's still allegations right now, but I think as being, you know, I don't see nothing wrong with what they doing. Live your life.
Okay, I like that. Anybody feel anything different or got anything extra to say?
I believe every part of it. And I usually don't believe things. I'm like, yeah. I don't believe every part. So I believe that a lot was invited.
Okay.
And to ones that weren't invited, I feel like they were like, well, you hear it's going down anyway. But I feel like, I mean, they still got their day in court like everybody else. So until then, at least they not trying to do them like R. Kelly and just withhold his rights. Yeah, I said it. So at least they're not, you know, they're not in jail without bail. They gotta face the music. So until then, I would do the other people do the same thing. They be out and doing whatever until it's time for their court dates. So I say do whatever you want to do for now. Enjoy it because you never know when it comes to an end.
Okay.
I believe every part of it like Hannah, but unlike Hannah, I just feel like they should lay low. It's too many people associated with them. Like now my mayor ain't rerunning anymore, Keisha Lance Bottoms, because of being associated with them.
Oh,
you had like T.I. was going around calling himself the mayor of Atlanta, and so many good people were tied to him that is like causing them to not look good. Can you turn down that TV in there? Also Candy is basically implemented again and having a dungeon because they have their stuff going on, or implicated again, I should say, in having a dungeon. So I really feel like he should lay low. They got money. I guess they can't go to another country, I guess.
No.
I would be in Miami on the beach, just chilling in like a large home, and you wouldn't hear from me until
I agree with you, Candace, but I will say this. I noticed that T.I. isn't as much on social media as he used to be, because I follow him on IG. He doesn't post he doesn't post as much anymore. Very rarely do I see anything from him on Instagram.
Correct. In fact, go ahead, Bert.
Yeah, well, the way I feel about it, you know, I heard both sides, and I do hear little things here and there, but I have to agree. I would have to lay low. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on social media. I'm not flossing, and you know, this is what I'm doing, whatever the case might be. I'm gonna still get what I'm gonna get. I'm still gonna enjoy my family, but I'm gonna lay low for a little bit, not put nothing out there until this gets blown over, until we have our day in court and everything gets situated. I'm just gonna fall back. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But I mean, you don't stop your grind. You don't stop what you're doing. Because I know he's coming out with one more album. He said after that.
That's where I was going.
Right. Yeah.
So I would just go ahead, work, grind, do what I'm going to do, enjoy my family, and that's it. And whatever everybody's saying out there about me, then let them go ahead and say it. But I'm just going to go ahead and just do me for right now. Kind of stay away from the social media thing for right now until everything gets settled in court.
Okay. And to you guys' point, he definitely has slowed down on social media, because he was a major social media person. I mean, to the point where I got sick of hearing his opinion on every little thing, just to be honest with you.
Yeah,
And I kind of like T.I., but
I do
he used
too.
to comment on
But yeah.
everything, and I got like, damn, dude.
Mhm.
Which I'm gonna come back to that in just a second. Having said that, he said he's got one more album to do. He's gonna retire, this and that. So let me tell you, I got mixed feelings on it. On the one hand, I agree with you guys that maybe the smart thing to do would be to lay low and wait for your day in court. But two things I want to bring out. Hunter, you brought up R. Kelly. You brought his name up. I'm thinking the same thing. I got a question. So before I get to that, what do you guys think of the fact that when they want when I say they, I'm talking about the powers that be, when they want somebody, the wheels move pretty quickly. What do you think about the fact that with all of these allegations that he is allowed to be free and still be kind of hanging out? Like some of the cases might be dismissed in Las Vegas, and so he's getting some small wins, but they're literally waiting when it's other people that the wheels of justice move quickly. And like I said, you know, whether you think R. Kelly is guilty or not, he is in prison. He is locked up while the case is being made against him versus this right here. And so that's a question. But my other part about speaking out, when you've already been convicted in public opinion, so to speak, I kind of get the defiance of it all. I really do. I kind of get the defiance up to the point where, you know what? I'm going to live my life. If I truly believe that I didn't do anything wrong, I think it almost might be smart in a sense that he's not too loud, but he is saying that I'm still around. I'm still here. I will have my day in court, you know, so I kind of get where he's stepping out there a little bit, because I've often said that in this age of Me Too, for me, I would be highly vocal. Now, maybe my attorneys, you know, might be telling me to, hey, you can't do that. But my personality is such that, you know what? Let's put it all out there, you know. So what do you guys think?
Well,
Go ahead.
I'll say this about T.I. Like, I do believe the stuff happened because they have access to it. But years ago, when I was in college, my freshman year, I was in a modeling troupe. We used to do Tuskegee. The city used to have a players' ball, and he performed. His dressing room was basically, as a model in my little modeling troupe, his dressing room was our tent. So we were all in there. This man did not look at us at all. He didn't say two words to us. Like, we literally had to go to him and introduce ourselves for the girls that wanted to meet him. So it just doesn't seem like it's in his character to do that, unless like, I mean, it's very easily accessible. So I just feel like these women, not to blame the victims, were women that put themselves out there. So to me, it just seems like they knew what they were signing up for and went along with it.
I got a question. I got a question for you, Candace, on that note. I love that, because you said Sim goes out of his character. What if, though, his MO is to work through his wife? What if strategically the MO is to protect myself? I ain't gonna go after you. I see all you women. You know, I like you, but you know what, baby? You go rope them in. The reason why I bring that up, I ain't nobody. I'm nobody. I mean, out there, but in my heyday, that was the tactic that I actually used. You guys know from the show D, me and D used to run together thick as thieves, you know, and D is bisexual. You know, I'm not spilling any beans on here about her that you guys don't already know, you know, and I'm talking about this is at a time when they didn't come no better than D. I didn't have to pay for shit, whatever.
I was going to say, maybe we just, not to cut you off, maybe we just met him at a time because he wasn't that big at the time. I think he had one song. And so
but I'm coming to something. But so here's the thing, though. A woman can get away with more than I ever could. Even at my height. I've literally watched D go up to the baddest woman in the club. Oh, girl, you got some nice breasts, and put her hands on the woman's breasts. And the woman is like, oh, blah, blah. I filed this away that, oh my God. You guys can get away with so much more to a woman. Those trips to the bathroom, those conversations she had in the restroom, or go over to another table, and this is my brother over here, and blah, blah, blah. You should come kick it with us. If I went and did that, it's perceived different. What do you guys think about? Maybe that was his strategy. Brian, I see your point. Come on, Hannah. Come on, get in there, Hannah.
Okay, so I'll say this. So we were out, and these swingers she was trying to flirt with Bert or whatever. I peeped it. He peeped it late. So when I went to the bathroom, she walked in the bathroom with me and was like having this conversation, talking about my body, me, and everything we can. I'm like, but out there, you wouldn't have never known.
Right.
She literally followed me to the bathroom to have this conversation, and I don't swing, so nothing went down. But I'm selfish.
I feel you.
But the fact that you wouldn't have known, her and her husband was just on the dance floor having fun. But then she was all in Bert's face like this and whatever she was trying to put a booty.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what she was doing. She was all like this, and I'm like, what is this heifer doing? But in my mind, I'm like, I think they swingers. But it wasn't confirmed until I went to the bathroom. It was like a recruitment for them. And then we went back. Remember, we was driving by the next week, and they were with another couple. But she is the one that does it. And I peeped that. The one that does it. So
Candace, I want to bring up your point.
That's common here in Atlanta too.
Candace, because that's why I said it hit different here in Atlanta.
As
a guy, you don't have that much pull. It's the women here in Atlanta. And then look at T.I. and Tiny, the nature of the relationship. She's older. She was more established when they first got together. Even a house that they're selling, I believe it's her house. I believe she's the sole owner of it. Yeah. It's her home, actually. And so even though we always think of him as being the big one, when he wasn't that hot, she was the person. So this is my thing, that we may be putting a lot of this on T.I., but Tiny might be more than just culpable. She might be a ringleader in this joint.
Black,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was Tiny? Were they talking about Tiny as well?
Yes.
I don't know.
To me,
that's why I'm just saying.
Tiny is not that attractive, but go
I
ahead.
to me either. But
hey, cuz you could have left that out of that. You could have left that out of that statement.
She's definitely not attractive.
Not attractive at all. You could have left that out of that. Not attractive.
But at the same time, we know what money and fame is too. That if you are Tiny, whether you look like Miss Piggy or not, and you approach somebody and you got a mansion, and hey, girl, she come through and kick it with us, and don't let's not pretend that Tiny is some demure, shy person. She's not. Go ahead, Candace.
I do have a question. Didn't they say Tiny's friend Shakana and that Sabrina Peterson girl was bringing the girls to them? Because those are more attractive people, and Shakana knows a lot of people in these Atlanta streets.
You said Shakana is attractive?
Well, she looks better than Tiny, and Shakana has the personality of a female like mistress or pimp, and so she has that salon. She's a very fast talker that can really get some chicks.
And Kenny, let's talk. And Kenny and y'all, let's talk about the women they recruit. They recruiting. We're not talking about no bad A1 chicks.
Yeah.
Here in Atlanta, where they from College Park area, that's why I said me and Candace living here in Atlanta, it hits a little different for us. If you know anything about Atlanta, the College Park area, the income level, the mentality, and to come from that area, the women that Shakana then would have been recruiting, it makes sense.
Okay.
It makes sense, So before we move on to the next story, I told you at the end of each one, I want to ask a question. Sherry said, I think both of them is down with that. So Sherry think they both culpable. With this being as it's playing out, how do you guys simply put, do you guys think this makes things better or worse for relationships in general when we factor in all of these factors? What do you think?
I think it depends on the relationship. I wouldn't say better or worse. It depends on the couple and your mindset and what you're willing to do within that relationship.
Okay.
I think I agree. I think it just depends on the level of your relationship. But one thing that I will say, if you're going to be doing stuff like that, you better start having these people sign non-disclosures.
Yeah.
I'm being straight up. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Because they can sit up there and then they can twist that whole thing around, make it seem like you're a whole rapist or whatever the case might be. So get those non-disclosures in place, get those cameras in place to cover yourself.
Bert, you went for me where I think we're headed next.
I'm with the NDA.
Yeah.
I think that's where. So that's you went exactly where.
I like a suitcase full.
I think that's where when you think about James Harden is in the middle of the playoffs. I know you know this, Brother Kenny, and there's a rumor that he gave $100,000. What was the name of the girl that he's supposed to just date?
Hey, I would have gave her $100,000 too, cause she fine.
No, you better
not. My brother, I couldn't do it on GP. On GP, she is fine. Now she is fine.
Right, boy.
She is fine.
But he's James Harden. Come on.
Right. He spent $100,000 at the strip joint.
That's true, but thank you. He is James Harden. So I'm sorry, you can't be giving these hoes no 100 stacks. I'm sorry, you can't. I can't do it. Well, but that's the point. That I think we're going to be moving to a point where so much can be said and misperceived. This, that. What you said, Bert. We're heading to a place where, you know what? If I'm going to kick it with you like that, I need you to sign something, record something, say something. And I think that's where we're headed. I really, really do.
Most definitely.
I'm about to say, even Beyonce said in her song, if you want to party with me, you got to sign a non-disclosure. And I really believe that. That wasn't just the line. Beyonce said that in her song.
Yeah. And then she get like, who bit her on the cheeks? Did somebody bite her on the cheeks? It
was a whole thing about that.
Yeah, about that.
Sanaa Lathan bit her.
Yeah,
see, I don't know if that's true or not.
We don't know if it's true or not because nobody.
Yeah.
That was
I heard it was true. Sanaa Lathan bit her.
Okay.
That was like a just.
That go to show you,
right?
All the stuff out of here. We're gonna move to the next story, guys. How many of you guys know who Erica Mena and Safari is? Of course, in Atlanta. Okay, good. So, long story short, you know, these are two Love and Hip Hop alums. Probably, arguably, two of the biggest that emerged from there. You know, that was able to, come from that show and go on to become well-known names that we're talking about them. Now, of course, they got married, through hip-hop style and through it all. And now they're supposedly going through a divorce, and there's rumors he got somebody pregnant, and, this is affecting, some other people on the show. Now, of course, this is all happening right before the launch of the newest upcoming season of Love and Hip Hop, because due to the pandemic, they had to restructure things and they had some bogus stuff on. But now that here in Georgia, the ban is fully lifted. I've been outside all day. It ain't hardly nobody wear no mask out there. Nobody don't give a damn about nothing like that. And it's so like we getting ready. It's like, yeah, man. So it's like real, But this whole Erica Mena and Safari thing, before I give my opinion, what do you guys think about this in general and about them? Because I got a strong opinion on this. Anybody?
Well, you introduced something new. I didn't know that it was a possibility that he got somebody pregnant. Now, this could just be a ploy because, like you said, the season is about to start again. So I don't know, but to tell you the truth, without all that, if everything is straight up, Erica is a loose cannon. And I always thought she was like, what's the woman from Basketball Wives that was Ocho Cinco? Evelyn. Yeah, I didn't understand why he would even want to wife her, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I'm being serious. At first, I thought she was on the level, but she still showed that side of her that she can get it popping whenever, even over the smallest of things. So, listen, man, it is what it is. You know what I mean? You get what you ask for, man. And that's just how she is. And
okay.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I just think, hey, listen.
Bert, you bring up one thing that anybody who knows me, Erica's from the New York hip hop side. Safari was originally on the Atlanta, then he crossed over.
Yeah.
Erica Mena is New York.
Yes,
now, I do not like New York women. They're beautiful. in appearance, but I just do not like New York women. My sister Sherry probably would give me for that. Sherry said they was a joke from the start, and that's because he pack heavy. You know, Sherry said Safari got it going on, but he too silly and think that he's the guy. But anybody else, you know, what do you think about this?
Posted that D. So that's why
I wasn't gonna bring it up. I wanted you women to bring that up.
Isn't he from Jamaica, Queens? Though he's Jamaican,
Correct.
And he was originally with Nicki Minaj,
right.
Her on drugs. I saw recently today though that he came out and tried to deny what the side chick is saying. So he's trying to say that that's not his baby. With both of them, they're boring. I'm sorry. I'm just not entertained. I feel like it's run its course. Like if anything, I would be more entertained by like the old cast of Love and Hip Hop New York versus this newer cast. Like with what's the name with Jim Jones, the girl, his wife.
That's my girl.
Yeah,
Chrissy. Chrissy.
Yes, if she came back and was fighting everybody, yes, I would watch.
But Candace, you bring up an interesting point. Even though they rose to this level, I think that attention has waned because if they don't put this out there right now, what would be their storyline? Why would we tune in?
A few weeks ago, they said they got robbed, and then they said the people. They was on Instagram saying the people had pictures of their stuff on. Like I feel like every week is something with them. So
bingo. Go ahead. Absolutely, Hannah. Go ahead, sweetheart.
I'll say that I don't watch Love and Hip Hop. Bert shockingly watches the Ratchet TV in here.
I do too.
But thank it to me.
It balances me. It keeps me balanced.
There you go, my brother.
However, I did used to watch it because I used to love me some Chrissy. I did used to watch it before because Chrissy was the realest one on here to me. But I feel like Erica Mena, she was dating all these people on there. Then she became dating a girl with Santana.
Yeah.
It's like whenever they know that their contract is about to end, she comes up with the new storyline and a new toy. And I really feel like her, and first of all, Safari, it was a hype man for Nicki Minaj, Raw Rest and everything. He know how to work the entertainment business. He been in it a long time. Yes, he's on Love and Hip Hop, but before that, he knows how to work entertainment business. So to me, I feel like they're about to do all this for the show. Now, a side part I don't like. It's not true, and they're not doing it for the show. I think it's very trifling of her to ask for full custody of your kids when you know that man loves his daughter and you have a child on the way. I just feel like that's very trifling because a lot of women complain about men not stepping up to the plate and being fathers, and you trying to take full custody from this man. That's just stupid to me. That's trifling to me, and I don't support any part of any parent trying to take custody from another child unless it's endangerment or something. So I feel like it's from the media, and I feel like she's trifling all the way.
So you got to, for me, Hannah, the end. You transitioned to the end about how this affects relationships. For me, I'm sorry. No. You took me where I wanted to go. I, like my sister Sherry, believe that this was a bogus relationship from the beginning. I didn't believe for one moment that it was based in any kind of true love. You had two manipulative opportunists who decided to get together. Safari, like you guys say, he knows the business. He don't want to give up that lifestyle, even though he split with Nicki Minaj. Everything he does is for attention. The way he dressed, his jewelry, his fake bravado. Like, this guy's a punk. Now, when I say punk, I'm not talking about a can't fight punk.
Right.
This guy is a punk. Now, just like here in Atlanta, we're privy to some information, ironically. In New York, we're privy to some information as well. This guy likes to pin his legs back. Quiet as kept. So with all that big hanging, swinging, manging, dangling, yeah, it's not exactly for you women.
Yeah, I heard that.
It's not exactly for you women.
I'll be back.
And so, what to me? So the point that the Hannah made, they're playing all of this out, and I just look at what it's done, how it makes us look at relationships, because she brought up a good point. You got children involved with two people who love that camera. I don't believe for one moment either one of them really want to be a parent. It was a smart business decision for them to get together, but you've created children in this union where it's not even about the kids, in my opinion. So that's what I'll say. Welcome, my brother Kennard. What you got to say on this? What you got to say on this topic, my brother?
Well, I think, you know, when I look at the entertainment industry and I think about regular, you know, normal life, I think sometimes we intertwine the realities. You know what I'm saying? I think we think that what happens in that reality is what we should use as a vetting point for our reality. And I think that's what keeps us confused all the time, because I mean, these people have money, and when you look at it, because of the status that they have, they can only date within the pool of their status. Because, like, let's just say Safari, for example. Safari is probably not trying to check for the typical women that we are checking for on our playing field as far as dating goes. And I think sometimes we feel like the celebrity reality is the overall reality of the community, and that's where we get into trouble. And I think that's where the false reality of, you know, for like me, Bert, Kenny, you, I mean, we're not privy to this type of lifestyle for the most part because of a lot of reasons. It's not because we're lame. It's not because we're simps. It's because we ain't got that money.
That's Skrilla.
And I think that until, as Black people, we stop intertwining entertainment reality with real reality, then we're going to keep coming to this threshold.
Fantastic point. And that point you make, my brother, it's going to be, in my opinion, even more valid for the next story. But I like everything you just said. And therein lies where I think it's because we see these people week in and week out. And you're right, Kennard, in the sense that in real relationships, people think that this is real, and it's not. You know, this is still reality. They're born out of this genre, and they're playing it out in front of us. Anybody got anything to say before I go on to the next subject? Because it touches, in my opinion, on what Kennard just said.
No, I think everybody hit it on the head. I just think their relationship was definitely it was scripted. You know, I think they've been married a little over a year now.
That's it. That's it.
So yeah.
Kenny, just long enough to make it seem like it was real.
No, it kind of reminds me of Ocho Cinco and that other.
The Evelyn Lozada. Yeah, Evelyn Lozada. Yeah,
it's a bunch of BS. Like
so these reality relationships, which brings me to my girl, J-Lo and Ben Affleck, back together again. And reason why I wanted to go there with this, cause Kennard, what you just said, J-Lo is a bona fide icon. Let me start there for the record. So this is no taking no, throwing no shade at J-Lo on any level. She's a bona fide icon. You know, she has nothing to prove. This actress, singing, businesswoman. Now, when we start talking about her personal life, it's like my homegirl Halle Berry. It's a mess to me.
It's a mess.
And so it's a mess. So I'm glad I ain't the only person who's thinking this.
No, it's a mess.
Yep.
Because she's being seen with Ben Affleck again, and this is a relationship that was 10 years ago or something. They got pictures where she's wearing his shirt and he's riding a motorcycle on his way to her house, and they're strategically being, on vacation and this and that. Somebody tell me what the hell is going on with J-Lo.
J-Lo was messing around with Ben before her and A-Rod officially. That thing ended. I mean that it just happened so quick. To each his own. I mean, but 1 minute you guys engaged, y'all had problems, but y'all didn't call it off, and then y'all finally break it off. Then the next week, you and Ben Affleck chilling. I'm like, man, she was getting. They've been seeing each other even prior to all that. So, man, J-Lo is a beautiful woman. You right, she's an icon. Not the great. I wouldn't call her a great singer. She's not a great singer.
No.
She's a great entertainer. She can entertain. Great dancer.
Yeah, when I'm talking talent.
But her personal life is in shambles. And I think sometimes women like that, when you're such an icon, it's hard for you to hold relationships because of you are the star. The light is on you. And then I'm not blaming them because sometimes the men can't handle that. But some of that, she might be bringing too much of that stardom into her relationships with men, and that might be where why she's having problems.
Very true. And that's why I like the point that Kennard said. If you're worth $280 million or something, the pool of candidates for her, look, they're just going to be small.
Yeah.
So to Kennard's point, she's going to have to find somebody who not only financially is in that pool of people, because she's she's not about to date somebody that when she rides around in Bentleys and all of a sudden I drive a Nissan Altima.
No, that ain't happening.
She ain't having it. She's not having that.
You gonna throw me your keys and say you can park my car over there, son.
You feel me? So let's not get ourselves. But you bring up an even better point, Kenny. It's not just the money. Her fame, whoever she dates, has to be able to live in that shadow of who she is. So like Kennard said a minute ago, man, that creates to me an altered reality, and relationships are hard enough, but imagine trying to be with J-Lo. And we ain't even talking about the fact that she as beautiful as she is and this, that, she might not be the best person to be in a relationship with.
Might not be.
You know what I'm saying?
Ben Affleck might not have a problem dropping her because Ben Affleck, he got that Boston attitude. So I don't know if he can really live in that shadow. You know what I mean? So I'm not too sure. I mean, I do remember them messing around a little bit back in the day, but A-Rod is a different fellow. You know what I'm saying? And I know you heard some things about A-Rod.
Right. Right.
His activities and things of that nature.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that was more like a business type deal. When he proposed to her in the whole nine, I didn't really feel that all the way, and I wasn't sure that they really was going to make it, but I do know that was more like a business type deal. I know they got a couple different ventures together in the whole nine, but J-Lo got some crack with her. She got some crack with her, for real.
Go ahead. I'm gonna come back to you, Han, in a second. Go ahead, Kennard.
I think also too in celebrity relationships, there's not a lot of transparency in these relationships. You see, because the media and paparazzi and all these other people are going to display it. Excuse me. You see how these celebrities conduct themselves in these relationships to where you already know what you're walking into. And I'm thankful that I'm not in this type of situation, because at least with, the typical relationship, you almost have to ask, hey, how many partners have you had? But in the celebrity relationship, you already know.
Yeah.
You might not have been with Tupac, but all of these relationships, outside of it being a 5% chance of you all dating each other and it actually working, so much that's kind of like you go into a high school and you're dating this one girl and she's been with everybody. She's fine. She might be attractive, but everybody that she's been with. So when it comes around to be your turn, it's like, man, she's been with everybody. J-Lo, for example, started out with In Living Color as a dancer. Mm-hmm. And you can't tell me that during that time she wasn't.
No. There's been some soldiers. There's been some soldiers through that battlefield. She's had some soldiers through there.
Yeah, she was married to a waiter. Like
no doubt about it.
Some waiter.
Yeah, before she was J-Lo.
Yeah.
No. Several people been through that.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx even talked about it. He called it J-Lo.
Yeah, several people been through that. So let's not kid ourselves.
And even Jamie Foxx on one of his comedy strips, because you know he was on In Living Color one time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That it was widely known. So
Talking about J-Lo, and he was like J-Ho. You know what I'm saying?
you know, yeah. Hannah, go ahead, sweetheart. I don't want you to lose your thought.
Oh no, I was gonna say I'm with Kenny. I feel like they was messing around prior to A-Rod. I'm gonna say for two reasons. So they only broke up the last time because Ben Affleck had like a he wouldn't go to rehab for alcohol, but he went to rehab and he got himself together. So I felt like she was already, and then he back with his DC. He back on top. He playing Batman. He back in that limelight. Her and A-Rod couldn't make that deal. Where they was trying to buy that baseball team, it fell through. So I felt like they always said, and also when they first announced they weren't together, he went all the way to, she went to Hawaii. He went to find her. I shouldn't have to go find you. If we going through it, why are you all the way in Hawaii somewhere? Like, what are you doing? So I felt like they was already messing around because I'm sorry, you broke off your engagement and you already with another man. And then sometimes I know some men might do that, but women, it's not really rare that you break off of your engagement if you so in love.
Okay, so let me bring up a point.
Love, and then the next week you like, well, let me go run to my ex. Not maybe for old sex, but not for a whole relationship.
So let me bring up a point. Great point there too. Number one, but I think this is my personal opinion. I think initially A-Rod really did want to be in a serious relationship because he is A-Rod and his reputation. He got a reputation for being a womanizer too. A-Rod ain't no slouch now. And I think he looked at his age like we as men do and said, you know what? Maybe I should find somebody and settle down. And being A-Rod, he found the apex, somebody that is on his level, fame-wise, money-wise. Maybe I can make this thing work. You know, when I knew it wasn't going to work out, when she kept pushing the marriage date back.
Yeah.
She kept coming up with reasons why she kept pushing it back. And I brought it up for a reason. You know, when I look at Jay Lalo, what I say to myself, and I'm going to say this for men, for my brothers out here. You ever met somebody, a women-wise, that they're in love with being in love, but they really don't want the relationship? They like the idea of being in love and all of the trappings leading up to the marriage because they like the attention. You know, oh, look at my ring and he did this and he did that. But the closer it gets towards it becoming reality, they create reasons for it to not work out. I literally was in a situation like that where I thought I was going along fine with somebody, and she created a reason for it to go left. When I look at J-Lo, you talk about the multiple different people. I think she loves the attention of being in love and being talked about. You guys, I'm telling my age here right now. You guys ever seen a movie with Betty Davis called "It's All About Eve"? Anybody?
No,
Okay, so I like old movies. Betty Davis. She's a aging movie star, and there's an underling coming up underneath her, Joan Crawford, and basically the movie is about how evil she is because she doesn't want to give up that limelight. J-Lo is not a spring chicken.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
J-Lo,
she's 51, isn't she?
She's she's seasoned.
She look good though, but she
does look good, so we can't take nothing away from that. But she's done. That's to the point I said at the beginning. She's a bona fide icon. She's accomplished in movies, music, business. But sometimes, when you still got your looks and you still fine and you think you ought to be out there competing against the Megan Thee Stallions, you know, the this one's and the that one, to keep your name relevant, I think she switches boyfriends and men like we change underwear because she likes the attention of it. Go ahead, Candace.
I want to say this. I know Kanar has something to say, but I just do not think she's this icon. If she was, she wouldn't have to go from man to man. To me, I was done with her when she called herself a black girl from the Bronx. I did a show on this a while ago.
But are you? But seriously, you're gonna debate that she's an icon?
She's been in B-list movies. Can you please tell me what awards she won?
I ain't gonna make that argument right now.
it came out that all of her songs, Ashanti was the actual singer in those songs.
And
You
that
know-
ain't saying much because Ashanti can't sing either.
Exactly.
Exactly. So the fact that you have another woman that can't even
So
sing,
we're not talking about whether she's talented.
Right.
so
you know.
I just don't see
But
her
she's a
as-
great dancer, though.
to
She's a
me,
great
to
dancer.
me, she's one step above Evelyn Lozada. She just happened to had a chance to be in movies.
No, I love how you see her.
And
I love how you.
let me say this: y'all liked her in the late '90s, early 2000s because she had a big booty for that time. But she on the same level as Kim Kardashian to me. So it is what it is.
Well, now that you bring that up, you got a point there, cuz.
Yeah.
I ain't never thought about that.
So I'm gonna say this: if it's a choice between me knocking down J-Lo and knocking down Kim, I'm knocking J-Lo down. I'm still knocking J-Lo down. J-Lo still can get it. She's
Well, I'm
still
trying to have a
sexy
threesome.
and more natural. Oh, I would do that too, but I'm just saying. But absolutely, my brother. You know, if I could, you know,
She
he said threesome.
I'm knocking Kim
But-
Kardashian down.
But it's what you can, whether she's talented or whatever. Her bank
Yeah.
account,
Yeah.
whether we like it or not, her bank account and her fame. I'm not saying all icons deserve that status, but it is what she is. But that's a whole nother debate. But on the relationship tip, she's a mess, and I think she has some real issues with all those multiple failed relationships. But I think she's in love with the idea of being in love, the
I agree with
attention, that it brings. That's what I think.
I agree with that.
I agree. The move that she made to go back with Ben Affleck, that's a man move. To get over the lady.
There you go.
To the next one. That she definitely did a man move on that one. She's just
There
trying
you
to
go.
stay relevant. That's all.
That absolutely. This is an I'll end it here. Because of this, she'll be booked again on Wendy Williams' couch. She'll be on Wendy Williams' couch because she has, to your point, Candace, she don't have no music coming out. She don't have no A-level movies coming out. So she gotta have something to talk about. Give that woman some credit, damn it.
Oh man.
Now that brings us to a real sexy woman. That's for real. She's Tiana Taylor made history. She's the first African American woman to be named the sexiest woman on Maxim. Now,
Really?
okay, I didn't even know if you guys know women who
Oh,
know
yeah.
what Maxim is.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Okay.
Yeah, that's dope.
Okay.
Sure.
Because
I
Maxim
subscribe
is
to Maxim. Yeah,
I do
subscribe.
too.
Yeah.
I do too. But only really read the articles, but that's a whole nother
Oh
story.
yeah, me too.
But okay.
Yeah, that's what
But,
that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
there you go. The question here is, how significant is this, and what do you think about this for Tiana Taylor?
I think it's big. I think it's big, and the reason why, because I always thought she was sexy. I don't know, just something about her. And she's talented too.
Yes.
Even going away from her physical appearance, she is really a good singer, and she's made some good songs.
Yes.
She just never got that push that I think she should have. She had. But I would say that she has a unique look that's very different and exotic, and then she's more of a brown-skinned woman. So to me, that makes it even more dope. No disrespect to my light-skinned sisters.
Absolutely.
I love all my sisters in all colors. But to see that more of a brown-skinned woman to be chosen as the sexiest woman alive, specifically for that magazine. If people don't know Maxim magazine, that is predominantly Caucasian.
Absolutely.
They ain't really messing with black women like that.
Absolutely.
And for her to be chosen as the sexiest woman for that magazine is dope.
It's very dope. I agree. In case you didn't know, for Bert, I see you got something to say. She's from Harlem. So Sherry wanted y'all to know that, yes, she is from my hood. My sister actually knows her very well.
Okay.
So she is a Harlemite. What's up, Joseph? Come on, Bert. You had something to say, my brother.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a big come up because of the fact that I was just telling Hannah while I was talking like that. Maxim is for the exoticas.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
For whites and for the Spanish, whatever the case, like anything that's not black.
Yes.
That's what that's for.
Right.
And for her to be on there, that's a great come up for real, and that's a good recognition. Tiana Taylor, yeah, she's built nicely, the whole nine. She's very talented And also, I think that's good. That's good for black women.
Absolutely.
That's good for black.
Absolutely.
That's a big come up, and it's good also for the brown skin sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna preface my statement by saying the obvious, but you know what I'm saying. That's good because they need to be recognized.
Exactly.
We got in our culture, we got beauty in all shades.
Absolutely.
The darker shades get left out. So
absolutely
great. I'm happy for that.
Ladies, what do you think about this?
I like it. She's a beautiful girl. I've been following her since she was on Sweet 16 on MTV. That's where I originally saw her, and I've enjoyed her music. I liked her in when she said Byron in that movie. So I love her. She is a beautiful girl, and she does represent the browner girls, like myself and Hannah. She represents us, the true black women, and so I think it's a beautiful thing. I like it.
Okay, Hannah, what you say?
She deserved it. Like, her body is amazing. Did you not see that? Her body's better than some of these men out here.
Straight up.
You're right.
I can't deny it.
Say she's a good singer. I love her songs, but I love when other people sing them. But I think she makes great music. I think she's a great entertainer. I think she's a cool, chill person. So I think that's very deserving. And I agree. I'm a dark-skinned woman, so I agree. It's, for her to have that's rare and that's amazing. And I hope it was good reasons behind it. But at this point, I don't care. They put her on there.
There you go.
It was deserved.
There you go. There you go.
She deserved to be on there.
There you go. Whatever your motives is, she got it, and I'm loving it.
That's right.
It was deserved.
I want to acknowledge a couple of comments. Joseph says to him, she is just a new Aaliyah. He says, but he personally think Aaliyah is and was sexier. He same style and poses in photos. So Joseph likes her, but he riding for Aaliyah a little bit more.
They're not even the same.
That's his opinion. That's his opinion.
They are
put them against each other.
Yeah,
that's his opinion. I ain't mad at it.
No, we're not putting
Aaliyah was in her own lane.
He is.
And I was Aaliyah's big one of her biggest fans. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I love Tiana, but please don't disrespect Aaliyah. Like, Aaliyah is in her own lane, and not to say Tiana isn't worthy of that, but
Okay.
Aaliyah is totally different. I think Tiana is Tiana. There's nobody out here like her. They hate that she can dance. She's beautiful. She can sing, and she got her husband and her babies. That's what they hate on.
Go ahead. Lay it down. Go ahead. So that's where I was gonna go.
They're not the same person. Let's not even. We can celebrate a woman without comparing her to someone else.
Another
We
black.
can celebrate a man without comparing him to someone
Ladies, I'm gonna break your heart here. That's what we do. We compare women to other
else. You
women.
can, but
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry about
So
that.
how would y'all feel if we compared y'all to other men all the time?
We don't care. We really don't care.
Oh, really?
Y'all think-
That's a lie.
We really
Can I
don't
say something?
care.
When they call Bert Ghost, he be angry. So I don't believe that.
No.
He gets mad when they call him Ghost.
Black.
I don't want to hear
Black.
that.
We
He's
talking
like,
about a magazine. And that man was just saying, hey, Aaliyah, he was just making a little comparison.
Right.
there's no comparison.
Okay.
Let's celebrate this dark-skinned woman.
Let me get my little saying. So I'm not gonna get it. I'm not even gonna step in that argument about no Aaliyah.
Exactly.
I promise you. I know when to pick my battles, but let me say this. What you said earlier, Hannah, is this. Body-wise, baddest, one of the baddest in the business. Body-wise, I'm talking about
where it is.
I can't find no faults actually with her body. I'm talking about the six-pack, perfect size breasts. The girl is flat out bad. Musically, she has her own style that is very unique. But here's the most impressive thing to me about her, even when I brought her name up. It's very rare that you see a dark-skinned African-American woman that both men and women alike like. Show me too many negative comments about her, it'd be hard to find. She's very well liked. And for me, that's been very impressive, especially with her being a New York woman, because y'all know I don't like New York women, but Tiana Taylor has the perfect mix of that New York grit and attitude, but she also has that femininity
Yeah.
that, to me, a lot of the New York women lack. So that's my problem. Is not so much with New York women in terms of they're not beautiful, stuff like that. They lack a certain level of Southern femininity that has always turned me off. But when you look at Tiana Taylor, she changes her style. The girl is a chameleon. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes she comes straight New York with the boots and the jeans there, but she still puts the feminine twist to it. And that's what I find attractive about her. I don't think she gets the shine that she deserves, and that's her. You can put that on her management and marketing team. But I'm happy for her. Go ahead, Candace.
Lee, and I agree with everything that you said, but I think you should do a show on this. Why Black men feel like us being strong is not feminine. Or maybe that could be a question on the show, because
Thank you for saying it that way.
New
Thank you
York
for saying it that way.
You said New York women they don't have femininity. And I think every woman is feminine. Unless they're trying to be.
I ain't gonna say that.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Not every woman is feminine.
But you know what's funny to me? It's funny that men can say what a woman is not when I'm a woman, and I can say what a woman is because I'm a woman.
But men we're looking at women through a different lens.
Thank you.
We're not saying you're wrong,
Thank
but
you.
you can't tell a man how we look at it through our lens. So I mean, I see your point.
But maybe I'm not looking
through our lens. We see women differently, though.
But maybe I'm not looking for a man to see me as feminine. I'm feminine in my own right.
And that's cool.
Yeah, we get that. We get that.
But we're telling you that there's some women they're not stepping in their femininity. It's some women that act masculine.
Thank you. Brother Ken, thank you. The gavel has been put. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll say this.
Come on.
And I'm a woman, all woman. Working in New York and having New York friends.
Okay.
Different breed.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. For real.
Some of them really think they are.
For real. That's what I'm saying.
So I agree. New York is a different breed than other women that just has different type of switch it on and
they're
off.
beautiful, Candace. I swear. My niece, Sherry's daughter.
A New Yorker working in New York is different.
I know women from New York, and I've gone to school with them. I'm friends with them, and I know how they are. But I would never call them masculine, and that's just me.
Well, no. I'm just saying. No, Candace. So I'm gonna leave it here. I'm just saying they lack a certain Southern femininity for me. I'm just saying for me. My niece, I got some of the prettiest nieces. I'm not just even saying that. And then I just was in New York a couple of months ago, and I swear to God, they came in. I'm looking at them. Me and my nephews, all my nephews was there. And we all said the same thing. We looking like at our nieces, they cousins, but I'm looking at them thinking like, she bad, but they just not as feminine as we're accustomed to in the South. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we're spoiled because you know what we see when it gets to be April in the South, we see sundresses and sandals and Bath and Body Works lotion constantly being rubbed on and getting their nails done. They just don't do that in New York.
I can agree with that because, I'm not from the South. I'm from the Midwest. So I'm compared to women from Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago,
there you go.
Milwaukee, where I'm from. And I've always been told that I'm rougher around the edges than a woman down South. But that doesn't mean that I'm masculine. But I do understand.
No, I've never called you masculine. You're feminine to me. I'm looking at your hair. I'm looking at your makeup. I look at how you drink your drink out of a straw. Stop it, Candace. Stop it. So but that might be for another show.
Yeah, that's a whole other show right there, boy.
I've been called a man.
We're gonna move on because that might be a good show. Let's talk about the absolute disaster that is Summer Walker.
Okay, y'all got to fill me in on this.
Oh my God! Oh, if you don't know who Summer Walker is, let me say this for the record.
I know who she is.
Okay.
I didn't know she was going through some situations.
I love this girl's music. First of all,
I do too. She's dope artist.
And this is a tragedy for me. I think musically, if she was focused, she could take the game. She is that good she is bad. The girl is bad, can sing, can write everything. Now, you want to talk about somebody's personal life. I'm going to let y'all go first because in this particular story, what's happening right now, though, Kenny, is this. She has a baby, and she has a kid by, what's the name of the producer, high-profile producer?
London on the track.
London on the track.
London on the track.
So,
yeah.
so that's right. So that's the baby daddy. But she took a picture of her child, and the kid is so emaciated because Summer is a vegan, and she advocates a vegan diet even for her child, feeding it things, honey and oats and this, and the baby looks emaciated. Now she's already come out and says that she off the vegan diet for herself because she said that she couldn't stand the taste of the food, but clearly she's following that for her baby. And people are worried about the actual physical condition of this baby and how it looks. And I'm gonna hold my other parts on that. As talented as this girl is, what do you guys think?
I didn't even know about the baby thing. I thought we was talking about how she came out with her baby dad wasn't shit, and she knew that from the beginning. You knew he wasn't that going into the relationship, and you decided to have a baby with him after the other baby mamas told you he wasn't good of a dad. So I know about that. I didn't know about the baby, but it's
so. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think she eat? What you just said, honey, is a good point because it's going to lead to the kid. If you already had an inkling that the baby daddy wasn't shit, and you got involved with it anyway, why do you think she did that with all of her talent? Because I want to hear y'all take.
Well, you know, I'll be honest. She's young, and when we young, we can get digmatized. I'll say that, and it could have just been at that point he was offering her something, and she thought that some women think that they can change a man. Some women think if I'm with this man, he's different with me than when he's with you. And some women don't really realize that you can't change a man. When a man wants to change, he will change on his own. There's nothing you can do. You can have the best. Can we cuss?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We after that hour.
He can be Sunshine from Harlem Nights, and it does not matter if he ain't shit before he gets in the box. He ain't gonna be shit after he in the box. Before, after, in between. It's just that when a man wants to change and do things different, he will. So a lot of women think, oh, he gonna be different with me. Oh, he wasn't shit with you, but I can change it because I got WAP and this and that. But it has nothing to do with that. It has something to do with his characters. And she knew that. Now I'm gonna touch on the food thing because it's so crazy. Bert and I was just talking to Bert the other day because I have a friend of mine who refuses to give her son certain foods, take him to the doctor, anything. And I'm like, we weren't raised like that. Like, you don't realize you're a new mom, I understand, but you weren't raised on just giving your baby certain things. His face is breaking out and everything, and she won't take him to get no doctor. She won't take him to the doctor. She want to rub herbs and stuff. And I'm like, girl, it's all good. We all need that natural. But babies need certain things that they do have. And then at a certain age, you can go. It's called neglect if you don't take the baby.
Absolutely.
My mom has been a social worker since I was a child. And she has had cases where if you don't get the baby the shots and stuff, it's called a form of child abuse.
Yes,
if
it
you're
is.
not feeding your child properly, she had to literally go to houses, sometimes leave our house to go pick up another child for not being fed properly. Because my mom been doing it forever. So when I feel like when we have these new parents out here, now you have your preference for your child. I'm a mom. My kids can't get everything.
Right.
I raise my kids a certain way. But you can't expect a child to be vegan off the bat if they need certain milk and certain things to grow.
So that's why I want y'all to go see the pictures so then you judge as parents.
I saw it.
What you think, Candace?
And I feel like, well, I'm a big Summer Walker fan, and I feel like people, they are very critical of everything that she does. Just like that, what was that young man that made the song about the devil or whatever?
Lil Nas X.
Yes, he trolls people. I feel like she trolls people too. When I saw the picture, first of all, to me, her baby did not look emaciated. She has a newborn child. Okay. I have a baby, two of my daughters. My first one is for some reason big, like her daddy. She's tall. My
Okay.
second little daughter is very small. She's in the lower percentile for her age, and I feed them, do everything, both the same, breastfed them. And when
Okay.
I saw this picture, they look like a normal baby, and the bottle looked like breast milk, but people said that it looked darker. But with breast milk, it comes in different colors depending on what the mama is eating. And when she
Okay.
showed the honey and all that other stuff, that could have been what she was eating to feed her child. And so people are so critical and judge her. If they call CPS, I hope CPS saw everything and it was normal. But I
Okay.
feel like with this girl, when before she had her child and before she got with London on the Tracks, I followed her then. And I
Okay.
always hoped that she would not commit suicide based off of what people said about her. Because
Okay.
people are very critical of this girl. Like she already came out here and said she has like social anxiety, she has mental issues or whatever. I respected that. I still love her the music. Kanar knows it's on constant rotation in this house
Okay.
all the time. And so
Okay.
I stay away from judging what mothers do with their children. But
Okay.
if people felt like CPS needed to be called, it is what it is. But I hope that she would do that. But I truly feel like she trolls her fans. She has two profiles, Summer Walker and Gallica Whore or whatever. And
Okay.
so she puts up a lot of stuff to troll. But I don't think she would harm her baby because she barely wanted to even show her baby to
Okay.
people because of how people like they judge everything this young lady does.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's my thoughts on that.
Okay.
But if she has such anxiety and everything, why is she even posting?
I feel like with this younger generation, that's what they do. I had an employee, one of my AOs admissions officers that worked for me. He has social anxiety, but he always posts into his story. He do this, that, and the other. Get him at the job and try to get him to talk to a student. He can't do it. He wants to text
He's an introvert.
You're right. He's an I mean, because social
Yeah.
media makes it a lot easier to do
Yeah.
that because
Okay.
it's just you and a computer screen or your phone. So
Exactly.
I can
Okay.
see that.
He's
No
the same
interactions
age as
of-
some.
okay.
He's the same age as Summer Walker. They do like social media, like you said, Kenny. It makes it easier. They're so comfortable with social media, but when you get them in the real world, having to deal with real people, they can't do it.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Shut
Kenny. Okay. Very good take.
I just
Very
think
good take,
I didn't
Candace.
know. That's
Yeah, I
why.
don't know anything
Okay.
about the baby. I didn't know.
Okay. You got anything to add, Kenny? Before I give my take?
Oh,
I didn't. Like I say, I know her. Like I said, I love her music. I think she's a dope artist, and I know
Okay.
she's been having some issues. I don't know with depression or her mental state, but like I say, I wish the best. I mean, I hope she's really doing the right thing for her child, but also at the end of the day, I hope she's got to be doing the right thing for her
Mhm.
first and
Gotcha.
foremost, because she won't
Absolutely.
be able to do any good to her child. So, I wish for the best. Like you say, a lot of times we see all this stuff get posted. You really don't know really what's going on. That you just see what's posted. It could be something totally different behind.
Could
the
be.
scenes.
Very could be. So let me get my take because I see it completely opposite of you, Candace.
Mhm.
Like you, I am a very big fan. I'll say that from the beginning. Talent wise, she's one of my favorite female artists out. Love her music. She writes real music. So we're not talking about that. Mentally and emotionally, I think she's so damaged, and I see it different than you do. You see it. For me, I see her relationship with the guy London on the Track as an abusive relationship, one that she craves and needs. There are women out there that for them to feel normal for them is to be in a broken and abusive relationship.
Mm.
I've literally have experienced that as well. I have a colorful dating history. With that said, following her story, and if you go back and do your research, there was accounts where he was choking her. Oh, I'm playing with
Yeah.
her, this and that, and stuff like
I
that.
remember reading that.
You know,
what?
Yeah, I remember reading
Yeah.
that. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and to you guys' point, to your point, you knew from his reputation what he was, but you embarked upon it anyway. You know what I learned in my 53 years, or sometimes that for some people, they don't want a quote unquote normal relationship. They need a level of chaos. I'll tell you a quick short story. I was dating a girl for a short period of time, and we were getting along pretty good and everything. And we would kind of debate over this and debate over that, and at first I thought, okay, this is cool. Somebody's challenging me. I like a woman can speak her mind, this, that, and blah, 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 blah. But I'm gonna tell you the last straw. we kicked it one night, and I'm taking her home that morning. Get up that Sunday morning. We stop at Burger King to get some breakfast. So this is 7 something in the morning. I'm dropping her off, and Tupac comes on, you know. And I said, "Oh, that's my boy Pac." She said, "He ain't shit. Biggie is better." Now I'm a New Yorker. Keep in mind. I said, "Well, I like Tupac. Tupac, my man." By the time we made it to the window, we were in a full-fledged debate and arguing. She went off.
She went haywire. Wow.
By the time we made it to the window, the people in Burger King was looking out because we was going at it at this point and everything. Now, back then, this was my backsliding pimp days, so I handled it how I handled it. You know, it wasn't Christian like or whatever. But the end of this story ends with, I was like, you know what, sweetheart? I can't do this. Now, I held my tongue till I got her to her house because I didn't want to be driving and fighting with her literally while I was driving. So I waited till I got her to her place, and I said, I can't do this. You need a level of chaos that I cannot provide. What I began to realize that was holding this relationship together was she didn't want a normal date. She didn't want to come over and us watch a movie, have dinner and everything. She wanted chaos. She wanted a level of chaos and violence and stuff, and that's never been me. That's not my thing. When I look at Summer Walker with all her social anxiety, and you guys said it right, she's from this generation where, you know, for them, she's creative, but she may be introverted and can't express herself and things like that. But she's also a part of this generation to me that is her social skills are so bad, and I think she seeks out somebody who kind of control, because she's introverted. He tells her what to do, and she feels safe inside of that, and that's just not normal. So let's treat this to the baby. You're right, Candace. That's why I wanted to bring this story, because as a guy, I don't know, and you brought up some beautiful points about maybe the honey and stuff. That's maybe what she eating to be healthy. We don't know, but I do worry, and I'm glad somebody's calling attention to it, because if you're going to call that same attention to Michael Jackson hanging his kid over a balcony or something else, then it has to be fair. And I want somebody to at least be concerned, because guess what? We don't want. We don't want to find out that something really is wrong. Oh my God, we should have stepped in if we had only saw. So that kind of thing. So I'm like you guys at the end of the day. I hope she is okay. I hope that she really develops those social skills and self-worth for herself, because I think she's a beautiful person. And I think she's being taken advantage of, and that's what scares me for her.
Yeah, I was getting ready, and I was thinking the same thing, that I was just hoping that she wasn't being taken advantage of, because, you know, she seems like she's a decent person. I do know a little bit about her as far as the mental side, but you know, I hope everything goes right for her. You know what I'm saying? I just think
right.
She's born at the right time, and you know, she's with this guy, and this guy is not that type of guy she probably was expecting it to be. But I wanted to ask you guys a question, because you know more about this than I do. How old is the baby?
I don't think the baby is even 6
right.
months.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, this is a true infant, you know. And I like the question Hannah asked, that if you have social anxiety, why post a picture?
But I was gonna say, a lot of people ask that. I do agree with Hannah, and I meant to say this as it relates to what is his name? London on the Track.
Yeah.
I was gonna call him Polo the Don. That's another producer.
Right.
No, I feel like she felt like she could change him, because she would go back and forth with his other baby mamas. She had other kids.
Right.
So a lot of women, at times, she's at a young age where she feels like her pussy is dynamite. Excuse my language. Not realizing that pussy is pussy. So
no.
Well, Kenny, I'm gonna play with that, but
no, because No, that's
Go
all.
ahead, my brother.
All snatch ain't the same.
No, I
Snatch.
agree with you on that.
As my
Well,
brother,
okay.
as my brother Harlem would
Can I
say.
say this? In the beginning, it's not all the same, but after a while, you get tired of it and you want some
okay.
new one.
Okay.
Think about
yeah,
Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
That's
They
where I
broke
was
records
going.
in
That's
rock.
where I was going.
Yeah.
That's where I was going.
Okay.
So-
No, I agree with you on that,
thank you,
fam. I
Kenny.
got you, cuz.
But thank you, Kenny,
So
for you all right about that.
a lot of women though are under the impression that we can have sex with you, we can put it on you, and you just gonna want to be with us forever. That is always gonna be that, and that is not the case. Like,
And that's what I'm applauding.
Yeah.
I'm glad
That
you said
even some of the best pieces of Snatch I done got, I still never saw a cape fly around the room and snarls didn't go around my head. So I still didn't see that.
but I was gonna say Summer Walker is at that age. Summer Walker is at that age where she has not gotten to live yet. Now, I am 38. I'm not ashamed of my age. She hasn't reached the age where now you're competing with other women because
Right.
after a while the newness wears off.
Right.
How old is she? How
She's
old
like
is she?
23 or 24.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she's still young.
young.
Yeah, she's a young girl.
Yeah, she's a young lady. Young lady.
Yeah, now, and that's my thing. I don't want her to, before it even begins, she's out of the business. You know what I'm saying? She got a whole life
Right,
to
right.
live for. So that's the thing. All right, from one nutcase to the next.
This guy. This guy.
Bow Wow was on the Breakfast Club, and he was on there with Ray J.
I actually watched that.
Me too. You
Just
know,
to
me
see
too.
what he was saying.
Oh, okay, so then y'all already know. I mean, they covered a wide range of topics from fatherhood to dating their exes to his upcoming battle on Versus and his legacy. Come on, somebody please.
But
Tell me what the hell is going on.
I would say this about Bow Wow.
Okay.
As corny as I think he is, as lame as I think he is, I will admit this Bow Wow pulled some bad women. If you go down and you Google the women that he's been with, he's had some bad ones. I can't even front.
I can't deny that. I can't deny that.
At
I can't
all.
deny that. So, Kenny, what do you think then about the idea that he would make music and talk about, though, all of those bad women he's
Yeah, see now, I think wasn't that like the storyline on his last growing up? I think that he's talking about his nasty he's gonna make. So
right.
I think that's corny. I think that's a bad move. But he's a cornball anyway. So I'm not surprised that and even Jermaine Dupri, who has been in his career, he's like, I don't think wow, that's not a good move. You know, it's not a good move. The brat. No, but he think it's a good move. So I think that's corny anytime a man, especially in the music business, you make music talking about your romantic rendezvous. I think you corny. You shouldn't even talk about who the women you've been with. You shouldn't even, that should be between you and that woman. But then you want to make music about it. Yeah, he's a lame.
Okay.
I agree with you, Kenny. I agree with you wholeheartedly because I mean, from the cost that we cut from, we supposed to just move on. You know what I mean? If we still talking about it, like, yo, bro, you still wet, or they still in your system.
Right.
Did you have a song called that? System or something like that?
Out of my system.
Yeah, they did.
I love that song.
They did.
I love that's on my rotation.
Eugene Wild, I believe, was the artist in my system. I believe it's Eugene Wild.
No. Bow Wow got a song called "Out of My System."
Oh, he has one too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Him and Chris Brown got a song called "Out of My System."
Oh,
that joint hot though.
And Jonathan Austin.
That joint hot.
Yeah, it was. It was
get out of my system.
But he Bow Wow, Bow Wow has always been searching for identity. After he got out of that young stage and started getting that tweener stage, it just seems like he didn't know whether to be hard, to be soft, to be a certain way. So it seems like he could never find his lane after a certain age.
Yeah.
Right.
So at the end of the day, Bow Wow's corny to me, but I do agree he did pull some bad joints. But man, Bow Wow goes somewhere.
He's the male superhead.
Oh, he's a male superhead.
Wow. Wow. You know what?
But that's true. That's true, though. That's
That's
really
the
true.
tagline.
That's really true. Now that I think about
Wow. Bow Wow, my brother. We ain't gonna spend a whole lot of time on you.
Please.
It's sad that he peaked too early, and he still wants relevance. And
it. Yeah.
as you're no longer a kid. I will say this last part, and I'm gonna move to the next story. You are whether you took the Lil off your name for a reason. You're a grown man. You're a grown man now. And as a grown ass man, you don't put women's business out there like that, naming names. It's one thing to say, hey, I want my due. I put some good music out there. And if you even want to go so far as to say, look, I had my share of good women, blah, blah, that's fine. I get that. But leave it at that, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Because you're playing yourself.
Let your track record speak for itself.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. There you go. What do you guys think of the Gary Owens divorce drama?
Ooh.
You know,
Woo.
Woo.
I can care less.
That's a
Ooh.
doozy.
I'm gonna say, like, I feel like the wife, first of all, the kids is grown. She act like they 3, 4, 5. They over 18. I just
agree.
feel like if y'all divorce, just get your divorce. You don't gotta blast them. I'm not gonna be blasting you and all. If my kids is grown at this point, I don't gotta blast you. I'm gonna get the divorce. I'm gonna move on my way. You ain't see Bill Gates' wife out here trashing. You ain't see Jeff Bezos' wife out here trash. A lot of people don't get divorced and just trash their ex. Like, if he wasn't trashed then, like, I went through a divorce with my ex-husband, was not sugar, honey, iced tea. However, I never even talked trash or nothing because I didn't give a crap. Like, I felt like you just putting too much into this divorce. Divorce that man, move on with your life. If you getting paid, if you're not, just move on. Like, I feel like if you just want to be free from a bad situation, you don't gotta talk about it to everybody. Just be going on your way. But I feel like she's making more of it, like, out here. And then she put a whole 4-page Aaliyah letter up the other day, and then had the nerve to say, I'm unbothered. Well, girl, if you unbothered, them hands was typing like it was an essay. Unbothered people don't write no essay.
I agree,
And
Hunter.
him on Wendy Williams is stupid. Why is he on Wendy Williams?
But the thing I think, and I give him credit for on Wendy Williams, he kept it 100. He's like, I'm not going to talk bad about her. But his attorneys has told him that too.
Correct.
Like, don't give her no ammunition. You let her do all she do. You be quiet. You know, the thing that a lot of times that I hate when you have these high profile things like this, sometimes a lot of times the women get a pass. They can say and talk all reckless when they going through like that. But then if the man do that, oh man, he gets called out and be all kind of no good MFs and this and that and you know what I'm saying? So this situation is sad because I liked them as a couple. I used to listen to their podcast.
Me too.
I thought they was a dope couple. I said,
too.
yo, they dope, man. And then when I heard this, I was like, nah, this is probably some sort of another rumor. Then I was like, oh, yo, this is for real. I was like, oh man, I really hate to hear that. I just hate that she's going off in the media like that. I really do.
Kenny,
Keep that between you guys. Y'all handle that outside of me. But
Kenny,
it never works like that.
Kenny, I call it the Maury Povich syndrome.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lee, and then I'll say.
Well, I'll just say this real quick. Maury Povich, however you pronounce it, he made his living off of, he is not the father, blah, blah. And one of the things used to always turn me off about those segments, even though I watched it was guilty pleasure, is that the way it was set up, you let the woman come out, say all the negative shit she wants to about he's a deadbeat, and I know 110% he my baby father, and this and that because I ain't slept with nobody else. This, that, and then the moment the thing, he is not the father, and she gets to run off stage, and now the guy can't say anything negative. Maury and his group is she apologized.
It's all
so sorry.
Yeah,
you know, but still,
yeah.
To your point of this situation, she's not constricted by her attorney as to what she can say. So she's shitting on his name, 100. She's shitting on this man's name and reputation, 100. But he kept it classy, like you said on Wendy's, and like, you know, I'm gonna tell as much truth as I can. This happened, this didn't happen, blah blah blah. But he didn't shitting on her because he's the one that's famous. She's trying to come after him, saying that. I'm gonna say this one thing she said, that he routinely, get this, for him to be such a bad person, he routinely put $44,000 in her account to spend for each month. So you want to tell me that person is a bad guy when he's out there on the road touring and giving you $44,000 a month as fuck off money? Baby, stop it. Come on, Candace.
See, I don't know, and I guess I'm going to disagree with everybody on here. I'm sorry, and
I love it.
Like I said on a previous show, I'm one of those people. Sometimes when I go low, or when you go low, I go to hell.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought she spoke up because he said something. We truly don't know the details of this situation, but what I did hear out in these streets is that what's her name that used to be on Housewives of Atlanta? She has her own show now on Fox.
Claudia, you talking about Claudia Jordan?
Claudia Jordan set one of her friends up with Gary Owens, which is why he's not with his wife. So I feel like the wife was quiet for a long time. He went on Wendy Williams, and sometimes you reach your breaking point, because I reached my breaking point with my ex-husband. I said what I said. I felt how I felt, and so what? Go to hell if you don't like it. And that's how I feel.
I love it, baby.
So
Listen,
I don't think
different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, I don't think she's wrong in expressing herself.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got fed whatever was going on in their situation at the time when it was good. We got fed this little happily ever after when it really wasn't that. And so you
make a good point, because we really don't know.
Yeah, we really don't know.
We really don't know.
Right.
I don't have any feelings towards her about putting it out there. I just hope that they settle it and then they both move forward.
Now that we'll agree with that.
I agree.
Yeah. We'll agree that
I still
really
think she's doing too much.
Me too. But I like your point too.
She's emotional right now. Plus all that what Candace said, that is true.
Right.
I like your point,
Candace. I get why she's being that way. And
right.
I got to respect your point.
And if that's what's happening,
right.
I get it.
And he did make a bad move. I will say this: he took a picture and posted on his Instagram, and a shirt said "breadwinner." Now that was whack. Now he should and he owned it. No, he owned it. He said, "Yeah, I probably should have done that." But
Kenny, sometimes when somebody keep poking you,
I get it. I get that. But sometimes you gotta.
I agree.
No, I go low, you go high, and as a man, you gotta have self-control.
That's true. That's very true.
I would have even responded. I would have never posted nothing.
Very true. Very true.
If you're in the wrong, you definitely gotta shut the hell up.
Very true.
You didn't do that, and if she popping off, you just gotta shut the hell up. Like,
very true. But I'm gonna tell you, fellas, God, that's hard.
Claudia Joy denied that, and so
see, that's why he needs some real dogs around him that would have been saying, "Dog, don't post."
I'm not a Claudia Jordan fan because she's a colorist. Even though I'm not a fan of her, I can't really stand her. But they both denied that anybody.
They did deny it, but that's why I say we don't know.
That's what
we don't know.
Both denied that.
We don't know. We're gonna move on to the Mimi Faust drama. You know, another Love and Hip Hop alum. You know, Mimi Faust.
There's all kind of drama going on this show tonight. Relationship drama.
Stevie J's ex. You know, she was engaged to. Yeah, they've broken up. They've called it off. She's keeping the engagement ring, I'm told.
She never wanted to get married. She said.
Who never wanted to get married?
Mimi. She told Ty that.
Well, they've been engaged.
Girl, right? Now, I don't
know. No. Mimi Faust, remember from the original Atlanta Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, her girlfriend.
Yeah, right.
Now, I don't know the drama.
Exactly. So we should say this is a lesbian relationship. Let's say that.
Now, I don't know the drama behind the situation because I don't watch it, but I did follow Mimi, shower ride. I did follow.
She just as ratchet.
I follow her. I saw that. Who didn't see the shower ride? But I do know before she even told Stevie J she never wanted to be married. That wasn't a thing for her. So to me, I don't know the drama behind it, but I do feel like that once that engagement, I kind of knew it wasn't going to work because if somebody don't want to get married,
so why do it, Hannah? So why agree?
I'll say this. If I don't want to marry you and you propose to me in public, I will save face for you to make you look good, but behind closed doors.
Wow.
Because nobody wants to be
embarrassed. And if Candace, I saw your face when she said that. Would you do that? No. The point you made was if somebody proposes to you, she said in public for you to save face, she would say yes.
No, if I loved you, like if I loved you and I just didn't want to be married, everybody don't want to be married. Everybody.
No, right. But I'm saying if you know you
I
don't
would
want to
let
be
you say
married,
face.
so in public you will let them say face.
But when we behind closed doors, I'm giving you your ring. Like, here you go. I told you I didn't want this.
I think
And
that's
now
cruel.
in a relationship though. Like,
I think that's cruel.
I wouldn't. I would tell him no because I would
I
feel
think
like
that's cruel.
I would feel like if you know how we truly are, you should know that I don't want to marry you. And
So you
so,
would tell them from the rip?
I want to
oh
tell
yeah,
you.
I'll be like,
Right.
like, because sometimes people are manipulators and they will try to do stuff in public to get you to say yes. So I'd be like, oh no, you knew I don't want to marry you. So
Very true.
You would tell him right from the rip?
From the rip.
yes.
From the rip.
I'm just.
You know what this make? You know what this remind me of? Remember on A Different World when Byron proposed to Whitley, but she knew she still was in love with Whitley.
And it was worse. It blew up in his face because she waited too long to tell him.
Yeah.
And so
at the wedding, right?
Yes.
Like,
and I feel like
you get beat, listen, you get beat down, bro. You ain't making out that church. My family would get you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not. Yes.
What their reverend? Nah, that was disrespectful.
And so in that situation, it's not that it's cruel or anything, but I feel like I want to keep it all the way 100 with you. If you know me, I'm gonna do that for you.
I feel that.
So I
called it cruel because if you really do love me, there's a different way, Hunter, is to save face. You know, even if it's in public, I don't care if it's a big display, like you said. You love me, I love you, and oh my God, I'm proposing, I'm putting you on the spot. To me, you can still say, oh, baby, oh my God. Oh, I don't want to answer this on camera. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because here's my thing. The moment you agree to the engagement, and this has been ongoing. So to me, you mean to tell me that even though she might have said that, but you got this girl thinking that we working towards something, and if you know that I talk about me decide to split from my marriage when I knew that when I can't feel like me and you walking down this journey together and you got me 100, it's time for me to go. And I loved my wife. I absolutely loved my wife, but there was a moment where I felt like I'm walking by myself. And if we're not walking in the same direction towards the same destination, I literally was like, well, what am I doing here? And so this girl is thinking, I don't know, but I'm just saying, maybe they're thinking she's going in the same direction, that you prolonged it. It makes me feel like the whole thing was fake. And so we're building on a phony foundation. You know what I'm saying? And that's what for me, like, and that's even before I even get into the fact that it's a lesbian relationship, you know, because I have problems with that in of itself. But, you know,
really?
I personally do. You know what I'm saying? I think two lesbians together is sexy and everything, and y'all can have as much sex. When you start talking about getting married, come on now, you're going a little too far now. Y'all can rub your carpets up against each other as much as you want. And so, you know.
I'm logging on. I'll see y'all next week.
Oh man,
I love it.
Harlem is on one right now. Harlem is on one right now.
Put the wine down.
I'm telling you. I'm almost through with this bottle, so that's a whole other conversation. But you still did this girl wrong, you know, in my opinion. But
I feel like Ty was wrong too. I'm sorry. If I tell you I'm gonna get married, don't propose to me.
I don't even know the whole. I knew of this relationship, but I don't even know the ins and outs of it, so I have no comment.
You know, well, you know her from the Love and Hip Hop thing.
Yeah,
all the stuff she went through with Stevie.
Yeah.
But that's the other part, and that's what I said. I think even for her that so that's my thing. I think for a lot of women, this is just my personal opinion, that a lot of times you take when they have so many failed relationship with men, you know what? I'm gonna try something so radically different. What's the actress who married a woman?
Oh, you talking about my girl? I know what you're talking about. She played. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? She's a comedian and
yeah,
nice looking.
No,
no,
She
thick black
played
woman.
on Reno 911.
She's in the show
She's on-
Claws.
Niecy Nash.
Niecy
Nash.
Nash. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel Mimi's situation is very similar in the sense that she had a series of failed relationships being taken advantage of, and she's another one that I think is attracted to that so-called bad boy kind of thing, thinking she gonna change him. And then I think because of those failed relationships, she said, you know what, I'm gonna go in a whole nother direction.
Right.
I'm gonna choose a woman. And I firmly believe Mimi likes stick.
Sexual.
Well,
Mimi likes stick. It's only so much lipping and lapping you can do.
it stems from how she grew up. Her mother was in a cult or something like that, and left her for the cult. And so that, to me, that played a part. Yeah,
Right.
she has a lot of deep-rooted issues.
Yeah.
Only thing-
Jocelyn turned her out. Remember, Stevie J was sleeping with Jocelyn too. She got her to Jocelyn, and she was like,
So that's why. So I'm okay with the freak in her. You know, I'm a lesbian too. I'm down with the LGBTQ because I'm a lesbian. You know? You know, I'm down with them. I'm down with them. But Mimi likes stick.
she like both.
But Black, don't you
There you go. There you go. So ultimately, that strap on wasn't going to be enough. She needed some hot piping blood through them veins.
But she's dating another girl. I saw that on the shade room. She's dating another girl.
But Black, don't that gotta be in you though? I mean, like to be so extreme to switch to the same sex. Like, I mean, like, come on.
You know what? Okay, now that's a show I would like to explore. I don't know if that's got to be in you. Let me tell you what I think on that real quick, Bert, is this. I think that we live in a world now where, because up is down, and I think we've created a people to where people make decisions, I think, based on what's popular in a lot of cases. Now, I've been saying this for 10 years. I don't personally think there's a such thing as gay and straight anymore. I think people like what they like when they like it. I think that Pandora's box has been unlocked in people to where now, since there's no taboo, there is nothing is traditional. Everything is encouraged to explore. I think that has unlocked people to say, you know what? I'm going to explore whatever was in the recesses, you know, in the back of my mind. And the reason why I say that is the sense that Tank says you can suck a dick a couple of times and still not be gay.
Bruh.
No, I ain't with that. No.
So
I ain't.
I'm glad Kenny said that because
No.
I'm glad Kenny said that. I'm glad Kenny
No,
said
he did
that
not.
because
Tank ain't say that.
Yes, he did.
yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah,
Yes, he did.
that was trending a couple.
I'm not
months
making
ago.
this up. He
Yeah.
said that point blank.
Yes, take
Please don't go. Maybe I
He
deserve-
said that point blank. This is not paraphrasing. He went on and defended his view because his point was, even if you suck a dick once, you still don't know if you like it. You might have to do it a few times to fully say, okay, now I don't like it.
He said a few times. And
That's what he said.
But you get it.
Now, me, Kenny, Burt, we feel like the moment a dick crosses the threshold of your tongue, your lips, that my brother,
It ain't crossing. It ain't crossing, bro. Let's go keep that funky. It ain't
It's not.
Ain't no difference.
no, sir.
But once you first do that to me, you already in that zone. You already
call it.
sexual.
Call it.
I don't
Just
need a
call
couple
it.
more. You don't need a couple more
Just call it.
to figure out what's going
I
on.
feel like
Yeah.
the moment you think you want to do it.
Just call it. Just call it.
Yeah.
But back to answer that question though, I think because the Pandora's box has been unlocked, there are people who's saying, you know what, I can try this now, but there's always going to be dinosaurs like Kenny, Bert, me, where no, not interested on any level. Ain't no sense you even trying it, you know. And I'm not homophobic. I get hit on
No,
by
I'm
guys.
not either.
Straight up.
You know,
no,
to be
at
honest
all.
But I ain't
Do
eat no
you?
pussy.
I got a
You
couple.
know?
Of, no, I'm definitely not homophobic, but that's not how I rock. You know?
Yeah, right. You know,
And those that know me, that's homophobic. We cool. They know that too.
absolutely,
It's all
absolutely.
good.
But the world we live in now, like we did on the show this past Wednesday, there's no taboo anymore. You know,
Yeah.
we're free to explore any and everything and not be looked down upon. And so it's opened that door to people to be able to say, you know what?
I feel like I was gonna say I feel like it's different for women. I can eat a cat and then go back.
I
to
agree.
people
I
with
agree.
nothing.
I'm sorry.
Not
what?
But you,
I agree with
but
you.
you exactly
No, I agree
right.
with you.
You
I
right.
agree
You
with
right.
you.
You right,
For
cuz.
women,
Women is totally different. You right.
Candace, this is one of those reverse things where this now in this case,
This the
That's a
double
different
reverse
conversation
double
for this.
standard.
absolutely,
This the reverse
I
double.
agree.
this
Yeah.
is the reverse
So women
though.
just go out here and eat coochie.
I believe because
no.
it's a difference with y'all. Then
Yeah,
it's a
then
difference.
supposed to be
It's a difference.
The whole
It's a
nine yards,
difference.
that femininity. It's a different deal.
I ain't
Candace,
no coochie.
no, you might, but Candace, you're right. Like we always talk about, a man I could go sleep with everybody here. They're gonna say, well, he's a stud. And if Candace, you slept with 2 people in your neighborhood, use a hoe.
Right.
Well, in
Makes
this
no
case,
sense.
it's not right, but it's the way it is. But in this case, this is reverse.
Okay, I agree with
A
you.
woman could openly say, well, I mess with girls, and it's not frowned upon. It's actually like, man, that's sexy.
Maybe because what is it? The phallic thing that y'all have is just seem way more powerful than what we have, and that's all that it boils down to.
And I agree with you because think about this. Now, if you look at Cardi B's Up video, she up there got other women licking her tongue and she kissing and all that. That's
Oh,
fine.
that's your favorite part?
Now, Lil Nas X, when he was doing all that stuff, look, everybody like, what in the hell?
Absolutely.
Right.
Because it's a man.
Right.
You guys watch Seinfeld? Elaine, the character Elaine on Seinfeld, she had the best explanation I ever heard as to why that's the case. She said because the female body is a thing of beauty.
Yep.
She said the male body is utilitarian. She said, y'all got all these hanging parts. Ugh.
Yeah.
And she was right in a sense. And it made so much sense to me that
that makes
I don't
sense.
care how
Yeah.
strong a bodybuilder is, but when a woman gets nude, I don't care what else, it's just a thing
It's
of
just
beauty. It's
beautiful.
it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, I agree.
Y'all beautiful.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a different thing. You know. So anyway, good luck to you, Mimi, baby. On feeling out. We got time for one last story. My man, Dr. Dre.
Oh, he
you know,
divorced? I didn't know
he's officially divorced.
That's news to
It's
me.
official.
Dr. Dre.
It's official.
I didn't know that.
How much you got to kick out?
They don't. That's the thing. They're still fighting over all of those issues and whatnot. You know, when you got that kind of money,
After the divorce.
huh? What you say?
I ain't paying you nothing after the divorce.
That ain't
I'm
reality.
going to another country.
That ain't how that works.
Well,
That
no,
ain't how that works, especially in
Hunter-
California.
I know. They got-
Hunter, you talking about close to $1 billion at
You
stake.
got a prenup. I'm sorry, prenup trump.
No, but listen to what state he live in. Say it again, Kenny.
He lives in
California.
California.
Yeah.
That's half, right?
It's
Half.
a property state.
He in half state. He in half state. If he was in another state, we wouldn't even be talking about this probably. Think about this. At one point, Michael Jordan divorced Juanita, and at that time, that was the highest divorce
Yeah.
ever.
I think he gave
And he
her like 149 million.
Yeah, and he wasn't even mad about it.
Wait a minute. I didn't know
And he
that.
wasn't even mad about it. He wasn't even mad about it. He felt like she deserved it. And I loved his attitude about it. You know, she had been with
She deserved it.
She deserved
yeah.
every penny, no problem whatsoever. And then you think about other people like Donald, you don't say his name.
You talking about that? No, I don't. You talking about that clown?
Clown?
Yeah, that's what I
Y'all
call
go
it.
back and look at what he's paid. Mind you, this man is a billionaire. He ain't paid Holly. The most money he ever paid was to Ivanka, and that was like what, $30 million? That's
He
it.
paid other women nothing?
No, so
Little to
He
nothing.
has prenups. After 10 years, you don't get a
Little to nothing.
Damn.
And he's worth billions. You know, so Johnny Carson and famous people, they don't pay that kind of money. But Dr. Dre lives in California. And even though they did have a prenup, in California, it's just a different state, the way they look at things.
In California?
Yes.
I
So
wouldn't
that-
have got married.
so that- so-
I wouldn't have got married then. My marriage license would have said something.
Well, he in his mind, honey, he thought I have a prenup. But what she's challenging is that she signed a prenup under duress.
Under duress. Yeah, that's been the challenge the whole time.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing, guys, and everybody on the panel.
Prove it.
What's
Yeah,
the use
and you have to.
California? If you live in
Yeah.
California, what's the use of signing a prenup if it's going to fall under that?
It depends on how you signed it.
Well, right. If you signed a prenup, then that would definitely take precedent.
So she has to do it. She has to have a lot of receipts. In
But
order
here's
to stay.
so here's what she got in her corner. He unfortunately has a history
domestic
of
violence.
there you go.
Yeah, Michelle A. I know. Yup, I heard
That's
that.
calling into question,
Right.
did this really happen kind of deal?
Right.
So that's
Right.
what it is. So
I
but
would
if
just
you
settle out of court. I'm gonna give you this much and I'm done.
I'll just kill her.
Oh, no, that ain't the good move, bro. Harlem, that ain't the right move, Harlem. No, bro.
Taking death off.
Kenny, I hope y'all know I'm joking. But it might be worth having this conversation. Look here,
I would
sweetheart.
settle.
Look here, sweetheart. This is where you have one of them conversations that can't be taped. Look here, sweetheart. I don't want you to be without nothing. You know, I'm worth almost $1 billion. I give you $50 million. And this is you got 24 hours to think about this. Now take that 50 and go your way and be happy and enjoy your life.
I would
You don't take
No,
but
I need
right.
100 million.
no, but see, so here's the last part. But I was-
I had to build
No, but y'all didn't let me get the last part out. Y'all didn't let me get the last part. No, $50 million. Look, $50 million, sweetheart. You can live your life and I'm gonna give you a couple of houses. I ain't fucked up about no houses, but $50 million. Now, if you make life difficult for me, we're gonna do this another way. And I'll walk the fuck out.
Now let me ask you this. Now, weren't they together
want
like
200
over
million.
20
It's
years?
worth a
Like
billion.
weren't they together like over 20 years or such? And isn't she an attorney? I believe she's an attorney.
And
I see. She
weren't
might,
they
yeah.
together when he sold Beats by Dre? Because that would be on my mind.
Right.
But
Right.
she signed a prenup. So my thing
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
you signed this prenup, and because I blew up, that's fine. Again, 20 years, whatever amount of years, I'm offering you $50 million. We can make this
Right.
easy. And I'm gonna give you this house that you spent the last few years making to a home. I don't care about this. Maybe take this house. But we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
But be honestly, what woman has really made a divorce easy for a rich man? Not many.
Look at Jeff Bezos.
My wife did.
No,
My wife.
you're right. I'm saying for a man of that type of
Right,
money,
right,
I'm
right.
not counting your pockets. I'm saying
Right.
one woman has really made a divorce easy, especially if the man wants to divorce.
Right.
What
right.
woman has made it easy for a rich man in a divorce?
I think Kim might make it easy.
You got-
Who?
Kim Kardashian.
She
Oh,
got
she good. She ain't
yeah.
tripping.
She
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
be
yeah.
free.
Point.
They got
Yeah.
there.
But
You
you
go.
know what
There
I-
you go.
You know one thing she
There you
should've
go.
did, what was stupid? You notice how Melinda Gates had her name on everything tied to Bill? My name would have been on every single thing. If you signing this deal, you'll say Shahana.
You're right, Hannah.
Shahana.
You're right, Hannah.
They're
Remember
like, well,
the movie
damn,
Waiting to
she
Exhale?
messed
Remember,
up. You gotta secure the bag together.
remember
Yeah.
that movie Waiting to Exhale? And
Yep,
Angela
Angela
Bassett's
Bassett.
character, she said she was angry and she said,
Right.
I blame myself.
Yeah.
Even though she really was the brains behind it, she
Right.
had started it,
Right.
but she didn't put her name on
Name
it.
on it.
So
Right.
that's to your point,
Right.
Hannah. Shame on you then if you marry somebody and they're about to make big moves and you don't step up and say, you know what? Baby, put my name in there as whatever title you want to call it, because now here we are years later. Now you want to fight over these things.
Or it gotta be
You know-
like
you-
Shoni O'Neal,
right.
you stack your money to the side.
You know what's
Shoni had the game right.
Yeah.
She was
You know
taking
what-
that money and passing that shit.
You know what's
to the
interesting?
side.
Just kind of not getting off subject. I don't know if y'all
Right.
saw where Snoop is now going to be one of the heads of creative and artistry development at Def Jam.
I hadn't
I
seen
mean,
that.
yeah.
Go ahead, Snoop.
yeah.
I love
But check this out. His wife is now going to be his new manager. Just to speak on what Shahana just said.
What?
That's yeah. Now
Let me
Snoop,
go take
now Snoop's wife is going to
She
be
ain't no
his
damn
manager
fool.
over.
She
She's
ain't
gonna
no
be
damn
over
fool.
all of his digital and all his other
She
stuff.
ain't.
So
I tell
now,
you,
exactly what Hannah just said. She's gonna have her name. If something happens between her and Snoop, she's gonna have her name on stuff.
Everything.
But not on that Def Jam.
Everything.
Not on the Def Jam, but she's his manager, so she still
Right.
get a percentage
Oh,
of
there
what.
you go.
Oh, right,
There you
or
go.
whatever
She's
he
that
does.
smart.
Yeah,
She still
Don't-
give them a piece
Don't
of
be
them
no.
cuts
Don't be
that
no
the
damn
royalties-
fool.
yeah.
Don't be no.
So-
There you go. Don't be no damn fool.
You have to go into marriage. You really do have to think. You have to go into marriage as a business.
That's what I'm
Especially
saying.
for rich
It's
people.
love
You
in the
have
mix,
to
but
have
it's
a separate
business.
account. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm putting it out there.
You looking back at me? I agree.
Even if you have a joint account, you should always have separate accounts.
Yes.
My mom always
Yeah, I
told
agree.
a
I
woman
agree.
should always have a rainy day fund. You can pay broke, act like you don't got 10 cents in the bank, but you should always have a rainy day fund. And it's not always necessary because you're thinking of divorce, but if anything happened, you can tap into that. So I feel like
I ain't mad at you.
these monies and these bags and stuff. I don't need no bag. Give me give me the money and I'll buy.
I ain't mad at you. So let me add this to it because I was married before. My brother Bert leaning back. Listen, let me kick some wisdom to you. It's just like a woman says she got a rainy day fund. Partner find you somewhere in your house. Now for me, it was in my personal office. Me and my wife had her room. I had my room, and I had a little corner of the rug that I could pull back and hide my little money underneath. So
Me too, brother. You preaching to the choir. I did
Okay.
that.
okay, all right,
I'll
there you go.
find it.
I'm just saying, you know,
And
gotta-
I feel like both parts. So I'm gonna say this. I feel like I don't believe in joint bank accounts because you know we both been married before. I don't believe in that because I feel like if you're gonna do a joint bank account, you should always have a separate account. And it's not hiding money; it's just protection for your
I'm
own
with
stuff.
you.
Because
with
even in a marriage,
I'm with
you're
you.
still an individual.
I'm with you. I promise you I'm with you. So very smart, very smart. I skipped two stories to leave just a little room in case anybody want to have. I didn't talk about Lori Harvey. I didn't talk about Kanye West dating again.
Oh,
Anybody got?
He dating again.
me too.
Say what again?
I'm happy he dating again.
I am too. I
The
am
only
too. But
reason why? Because Kim was still married when she got with him, and nobody came for Kim. But the fact that he's dating, they coming for him.
I'm glad for his own sanity, just to be honest with you. He celebrated his 44th birthday in France. He's dating a model that's Bradley Cooper's ex. And back to what Kennard point he made earlier, and I'm glad this came up. The only thing I object to is I hate that even when they break up with these people, they still fish in the same pool.
Yes.
They still fish in the same pool.
Yes, they
So,
do.
so I'm gonna tell you somebody who I love. I like what Ludacris did. Ludacris right here in Atlanta. Go out and find yourself a quote unquote regular person. He married a woman named Eudora. She's a doctor.
She's
She has her
fine,
own
too.
career. Fine as all get
She's
out.
dope.
And
So I'm not saying you have to sacrifice fineness, but you know what? He married somebody who's not in the business, who wasn't a model, who ain't been passed along to somebody else. She got no body counts for nobody else. That's my thing. If you're Kanye West and you've tried all these high profile relationships, maybe go find you a more accomplished woman got something. Look at what George Clooney did. George Clooney was voted the sexiest man alive. He went and found somebody who was in a completely different. This woman is a brilliant, accomplished doctor in her own field. She don't need him. She don't need his name to get indoors. Shit, he's in other countries. He's the second fiddle, not her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you got that kind of money and that kind of fame, try something different. Try something different because now you got Bradley Cooper's ex. Well, that's what you did. Well, that's what you just did with Kim Kardashian. And when he married Kim, I was beat Kim down anytime she ready for it. But I want to marry her because when you walk in a room with her, how many of your peers, basketball players, football players, that can say, I've been in that snatch. It's pretty good, man. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't want that. You know what I'm saying?
All right. He had to deal with Drake. Remember, Drake was talking about he hit that up.
Drake
Right.
ain't do shit.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Drake hit it.
Was you
Let's
in there?
be honest.
Was you in the room with her and Drake?
Yeah, he
Drake
hit it.
ain't get none.
he got it.
Decided.
Bow Wow got it too.
Oh
Bow Wow
Lord.
ain't get no Kim K. Y'all ain't gonna
Yes,
say
he
all
did.
Bow
Oh
Wow.
Lord.
Yes, he did.
Bow Wow. Okay, Ray J was different.
Well, Ray J was Ray J made that song. Said I hit it first,
There you go.
No, but
which
So I
had-
got
which was
We're not
corny,
gonna sit
which
here
was
and go
corny
into-
as well, which was
Yes, we are.
corny
No,
as
we
well.
not.
That's lame too.
It
To
is
make a
what it
song
is.
well
talking about you hit it first. That's lame too.
since
All
we
the
have no
lanes.
since
Lil
we have
Wayne
no
came
last
out saying
story.
something about Chris Brown's wife. The game came out and named women he slept with. I don't respect no men that gives their count on women.
You talk about Kim Kardashian.
I agree.
I'm talking
I
about any
agree.
man that
I ain't mad with you.
I agree.
We're gonna
Yeah.
close out on this one because I'm gonna turn this one into a show.
Ooh.
D sent me a clip, and I'm gonna save it for the show. You've known I have not discussed this man. I've tried to keep him out of my mouth, but he has
Uh-oh.
his story has continued to take on new life. And Kevin Samuels,
Yeah.
I got to do a show on Mr. Kevin
Oh
Samuels.
Lord.
Yes, indeed. D sent me a clip today, right before I started this show, and I played it. Now we're not even gonna discuss this. I'm just letting you guys know this is a show coming.
Okay.
In a recent one of his shows, inadvertently through technical difficulties,
Candace already.
Candace, I saw your show, and I've seen it before you did the show. He got this set up where he was switching cameras and stuff, where there was a man sleeping clearly in his bed.
That was his bed.
Look, okay, so whether we can debate whether that was the case or not, but there's other the other things, it's the way he dresses, this and that. But I'm not even gonna focus all the way on that. Again, I've been trying to avoid this, but D sent me a video today, and I'm gonna play that on the show because he hits whether I like him or agree with him on everything, he does nail down some valid points that's, I think, germane to what we talk about on this show about relationships and the expectations, the unrealistic expectations people have. Notice I'm saying people because I'm not going to put this all on women. So that's where I'm going to go with this. Then I want to play this clip on the show, and we're going to talk about the unrealistic expectations we as people have in relationships. Because I will say this, I got about 4 minutes. He's an intelligent, articulate guy. It's very hard to win an argument with him because he has a couple of things working for him. He's educated and he's sissified. And if you've ever had an argument with a sissy, you can't win.
Oh boy, God, dog. God
So,
damn.
Mr. Kevin Samuels,
You can never win.
we coming for you, my brother. We coming for you. We coming for you. That's all I got, folks, on this Saturday night.
Let me say this real quick before we get out.
Please.
Because I won't be here. I won't be around. Because guess what? Next weekend is Juneteenth weekend, and it's also Father's Day weekend.
Yep.
So I want to wish my brother Bert. I want to wish my brother Harlem. That's my new nickname for him. Happy Father's Day. You guys patronize black businesses next weekend. If you can, just spend your money with black folks. If you can. Not only just next weekend, but just anytime you can. So I want everybody to just celebrate next weekend. Happy Father's Day. And if y'all gonna get y'all daddy something,
Happy Father's Day, Kenny.
thank you, love. If y'all gonna get y'all daddy something, don't get us no potato salad with raisins in it and one rib. Don't get us no drawers and some t-shirts and all that. We get all that. Get us some. Get us our favorite drink. Yeah, get us our favorite drink.
Thank you.
I'll just say Happy Father's Day. That's all I got.
My son don't even watch this show. My son don't even watch this show, but his mother does. I'm very simple.
And then mothers, it ain't y'all day. Let me tell y'all mothers, if y'all sit down to pee, y'all ain't no father. If you sit down to pee, you ain't no father. So don't be trying to take that Father's Day away from us. If you sit down to pee, you ain't no daddy. That's right. Okay, now I'm done.
Love it.
All right,
I love it.
that.
Happy
I can't
Father's Day to
repeat
you,
that.
my brothers, as well. You know, early Happy Father's Day to you, my brother. And you had already told me, so I know that weekend it may not have as many brothers. I'm gonna still do my best to come on live. Who knows? It might be an abbreviated show, but thank you, my brother Kenny, for mentioning that. To all the fathers out there,
Already.
you know. And I'll add this to it again. My son don't watch the show, of course. He's a knucklehead asshole, but his mom does. You know, I'm pretty simple. A bottle will do. You know, and I'm not even that choice when it comes to liquor. I'm just saying, guys, it's been another fantastic show. As you know, I look forward to seeing you guys. Y'all just don't know. I've had a great day today. And to your point, Kenny, enjoying my new position. You know what? On this show, I'm gonna make a commitment to start spending my dollars. I'm gonna do my research with African American business to support each other. We're in the fight of our lives.
Yes,
We're
sir.
hoping to try to get back to a point where we can have another Black Wall Street. We gotta uplift and help each other. And so I'm gonna make that my new mission. Thank you for bringing it up, Brother Kenny.
Already.
You know,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Thank you all for coming. Candace, thank you, sweetheart. Your comments always right on point. You know, I love it. Thank you for being a part of this. Han and Bert, y'all my favorite couple. Y'all give me
Mine, what am I too? Y'all give me hope.
Y'all give me hope. I've been saying that, and y'all
For
might think I'm
real.
just saying that for real. Y'all, what they say, relationship goals. Y'all, my aspiration. I want to get
Yes, sir.
myself
Oh my
mentally, physically, spiritually healthy enough to find what you guys seem to have found. Love you guys. I thank you guys so much. You know, so I appreciate you. Love you being a part of it. Everybody else who tuned in, my sister, hey, we missed you tonight. Some of the other viewers, we know that these are the dog days of summer, and so the fact that you guys still spent a couple of hours with me, love you. Thank you for the support. Hey, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Peace.